do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
It's time now for Waukee High School football on the Central Iowa Sports Network. CISN.TV is the state's premier source for high school sports streaming.
Cut! Touchdown, Waukee! Waukee on the throw. Randall complete for the first down.
Waukee football on CISN.TV is brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Shields, the Better Business Bureau, Central Bank, and Mid-American Energy. Now, let's go to our CISN.TV crew for Waukee High School football.
Good evening and welcome to Waukee High School. It's week 8 of the regular season, but it's a big week in district football play tonight as Waukee at 3-0 in District 6 hosts Indianola at 3-0 for the chance to take the lead in the district tonight. Dar Danielson, Trent Condon, and Trent, Indianola comes in playing knowing they win. They got the title. Waukee, they win. They got a leg up. They got to go to Johnston, but they're ahead of the other two right now in the RPI. So both these teams, you want to win. Maybe a little more desperate for Indianola because they have to win this one to have a chance at it.
Yeah, and it's funny, as Johnston, after they took the loss last week, they're actually rooting for Indianola to pull off the upset here. They can come back and get Waukee next week. It's crazy how tight things are here in District number 6. Going to be a great setup here. This Indianola team comes in playing good football, and under Coach Kluver, you know what it's going to be. Physical football at the point of attack. They're going to try to go out there and outmuscle Waukee. Certainly not an easy thing to do, though, against the Warriors.
No, and they've been putting up points at 60 points a game clip, but this is going to be an increase in it's going to be a challenge, a bigger challenge for both these teams here tonight. And the question is, which team is going to meet that challenge? Waukee has cruised through the last few games, scoring at a 60-point clip, had running clock. Last week, their starters played only a half. And Indianola, you could say maybe the strength of schedule not quite as strong as those losses that Waukee started the season with Dowling Valley and Southeast Polk. So we're going to see. This is where you get two teams meeting and you decide it on the field. Who's the better? Who's going to come out on top in the district right now?
And this is what you're going through during two-a-days back in July and August. These are the kind of games that you're playing for. It certainly doesn't feel like July or August out there. It is cold and windy out on the field, but a great game here tonight.
Let's take a break. We'll do that and be back with more on the pregame show after this on CISN.TV.
It's Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $15,000 off new 19 Silverado HDs. Up to $11,000 off new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew LTZs. We're in a position to give you more for your trade in Waukee. Up to $7,000 off new 19 Equinox. Truck Month in Waukee, including up to $15,000 off new Silverado HDs. Huge inventory, but these won't last. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Back here at Waukee, getting ready for the District 6 showdown here. Waukee hosting Indianola, both undefeated coming into district play here tonight. But Trent, big announcement for the band tonight. They just announced on the scoreboard, and they're going to make a big trip here coming up at the end of the football season.
It was something that was very quiet, hushed tones around Waukee here today, but a big announcement. In fact, the band members that are playing knew nothing about it. The first that any one of these members knew about it is when they put it up on the big board here just moments ago before they're playing the fight song out on the field. Quite the honor to be going to the Rose Bowl.
Pasadena, California, as they say. And we had a good probably 7 days out there till the kickoff.
Yes.
Last time when Iowa was out there, and then one Christian McCaffrey kind of ruined the whole thing in one play. But it's a beautiful setting. It's one of those bucket list things that I always want to do. Got to go out and do it. So it's going to be fun for the band to go out there. And I'm assuming they march in the Rose Bowl parade, too.
Yes.
I didn't get up early enough to go see that because I was like...
I was at the tailgate instead. That was my problem.
Yeah.
I decided to bypass the parade. We went and looked at the floats the day after. They have them all set out afterwards. You can do that. So I got to see the beauty and tailgate.
We went out to the stadium early and walked around. And the one thing I found out, too, with the Rose Bowl is the best bowl game for feeding the media. They had breakfast buffet, lunch buffet, dinner buffet in the press area every day there. So I probably gained 20 pounds on that trip. But anyway, tonight, not a Rose Bowl, but a playoff berth on the line here tonight between these two. And we talked about it. Indianola, they got a chance to win, and they're in. Waukee, they win. They got a good leg up on winning that. Talking again about Waukee, I think Mitch Randall, he's been the one who's really controls the offense and gets his team offense, I think, and defense to be sparked. He's rushed for, 9 touchdowns, I think, thrown for 10. He's caught one on a flea flicker from Sam Odell, on a flea flicker. Had to think that up. So he's done a little bit of everything, and I think a big key for Indianola tonight is if they can contain him and keep him from getting the big plays, because he'll be quiet until this offense needs something, and then he'll pull out a big play that jump starts him and gets him going.
Well, and one thing I mentioned to you, Dar, is that Indianola, they want to have this physical brand of football. Well, there's not a quarterback you're going to find in Central Iowa more physical than Mitch Randall. Know what he can do with the arm. He's got a strong arm, and certainly he's a guy that can whip it even through this wind here. But his physicality, and 3rd and 3, you need 3 yards, he'll get you 4. He is that kind of physical runner and that kind of impact that he can do, gaining those first downs. It feels like tonight very well could be a field position type of game, and when you need that extra set of downs, flip the field position. Mitch Randall's a guy that can do that for you every single time. And then, like you said, when you need the big play, he's seemingly always there.
And also talking physical, sometimes we overlook at that front 4 defensive line for Waukee. They've been pretty stellar here this year, too, with up front. And they're going to pose a challenge, I think, for Indianola's offensive line here tonight, because they've really put a lot of pressure on the opposing offenses. And at times, there were more of them in the backfield than the other team had backs back there. It'd snap the ball, and you look back, and there are 2 or 3 of them through the line there and not letting the other offense go. So that's going to be a good physical battle to watch, too. The Waukee defensive line against the offensive line of Indianola.
It really is, and Waukee has been outstanding up front throughout this season. That front seven has played at a high level, and when you're looking to slow down this Indianola offense, what you're really looking at is Cale Kolarek. Kolarek has really done a little bit of everything. Indianola hasn't been real strong throwing the football. Their quarterback under 50% completion percentage this year. He'll make some big plays, but it's because you're so concentrated on the run. So have to make sure you keep your eyes open on the play action. Don't get beat deep when those come, but for the most part, it's keying on Kolarek. He is the guy that Indianola is going to go to time in and time out. A sophomore, speed, power, he's got it all. An outstanding player. Can that offensive line open up any holes against him against Waukee?
Yeah, one thing I noticed, too, looking at it, Indianola's offensive line, at least size and weight-wise, match up a lot better with Waukee's defense than some of these teams. We're looking at teams that had 185, 190-pound linemen on their offensive line that Waukee was lining up against. But here for Indianola, you go 320, 215, 244, 195, and 294 across that front. So a little bit better matchup there when you talk about offense-defensive lines.
There's no doubt, and that's something that you always have to. You have to be able to bring the physicality. You have to have the size to go up against it. And so many times that is the difference between, we talk about the divides here with the city schools and the suburban schools. It really is up front. For the most part, it's not about the skill. They can plug another one in and not have that drop down. Indianola looks like they have built themselves up. That's what they want to do, and if they can hold up physically up front, we're going to have a 4-quarter football game tonight.
Another key thing is turnovers. Early in the season, there weren't a lot of turnovers, but there were key turnovers for Waukee in those close matchups that ended up biting them in the end. A couple against Southeast Polk, Valley and Dowling that they turned into points. And so they played a cleaner slate here as of late, although they've gotten out to early leads. But that's a key for either team here. When you're playing for a championship, a district title, limiting your mistakes and turnovers to give the ball back to the other team is a big thing.
Yeah, those short fields in a game like this are always important. If you get a defensive score, a special team score, have to be ready for that. And I got to say, every time I'm out at Waukee, so you're here every week. I only get out here, once, maybe twice a year. I still love that opening with the helmet coming out onto the field. It's, I think, the best entrance in the CIML in Central Iowa.
And it's a little different. Last week we had heaters piled up back here to try to keep warm, but this week we've got a little nicer, more fall-type football weather out here. Early fall, I guess you'd say. And it is a bit windy with the wind coming out of the south there, so that could play a role in this ball game here tonight too.
Certainly will, and special teams, you look at both sides of this one. Waukee, I think, does have the leg up of what they have in the kicking game compared to Indianola this year. And again, that comes back to the field position we talked about. You got your wind at your back, you're kicking off. It's going to be no problem, I think, for either side to get into the end zone. But going back the other way, kicking into the wind, punting into the wind, and then another component that goes into it, you get those short punts. How many times do we see somebody that's blocking and the ball bumps into them? Got to be very heads up with special teams units.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of wild stuff happen there. Well, we're just a few minutes away here from the kickoff of this one. Let's take our final break. We'll do that and then be back with the start of this ball game here on CISN.TV.
It's Truck Month at Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. Up to $15,000 off new 19 Silverado HDs. Up to $11,000 off new 19 Silverado 1500 Crew LTZs. We're in a position to give you more for your trade in Waukee. Up to $7,000 off new 19 Equinox. Truck Month in Waukee, including up to $15,000 off new Silverado HDs. Huge inventory, but these won't last. Schottenkirk Chevy Waukee. WaukeeChevy.com.
High-quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-Beat Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender, and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-Beat Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Postgame referee Matt Roberts, umpire J.D. Schroeder, linesman Chris Andrews, line judge Tim Newman.
He was with similar colors here tonight, so people checking in. Waukee at home, they're wearing the dark uniforms, the purple tops, the black pants, and the purple helmets. And Indianola with new uniforms this year, almost the LSU look to them. Don't have the gold pants, but got those stripes up on the shoulders. Indianola looking sharp this year.
Yeah, and this is the first time I think they've worn the true purple. They've been more and more of a gray type with the purple letters on them here, but they're going with the full purple here tonight in this one.
About 36 seconds away from kickoff, and we talked about the kickoff here. It will be Indianola kicking off after deferring. They will have the wind, though, at their back. So Waukee right away going to be going into the wind with their first possession. We'll see if that's going to be a lot more Mitch Randall running the football as opposed to throwing it.
And Aaron Smith will go back. He has a 96-yard return for a touchdown earlier this season.
Good speed out there this season, kickoffs this season. Nathan Thompson, in fact, does not have a touchback to his credit on the year on 46 kickoffs as he tees it up the 5'10", 160-pounder for Indianola, has it on a tee, has a holder here because of the wind as we are ready for football. Thompson wearing number 6, right-footed kicker, approaches, and we are underway. Indianola and Waukee playing for the district lead. Bobbled on the return, but picked up, brought out to the 20-yard line. Short gain there, and that's where Waukee will start with the football, 1st and 10 from their own 20-yard line. Well, still not able to get that one into the end zone, even with the wind at the back.
With the wind, yeah, he kind of got a little underneath it, I think, and I don't know. Sometimes when you got a holder, it throws you off just a little bit when you're running up on it, but.
Mitch Randall out with the offense. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. He's got 2 backs with him in the backfield. Senior quarterback, an outstanding 3-year starter for Waukee. First carry, run up the middle as Lindquist bounces off a tackler and falls forward for a couple.
Tackle by Walker Wayland, number 58, assisted by the captain Miles Berg, number 50. Gain of 2.
So it won't be as big a deal for him.
Now 2 receivers to the left, 1 right. Smith lined up in the slot. On the right hip is Lindquist as the snap is bobbled. Now Randall able to get it back, but he is hit in the backfield and torn down. Indianola came flying in there, a host of defenders, and it's a big loss on 2nd down.
That's one of those things we haven't seen a lot of, a bad snap there for Indianola mishandling that, and that's one of those mistakes we talked about, so it puts them in 3rd and long here in the first possession.
3rd and 13, a minute gone. Gun, 2 receivers out to the right, and movement up front. Indianola says that it was against the Warriors, and it is. Dead ball, false start, so opening drive, certainly not the start Waukee wants here. They're facing a 3rd and 18 and playing into the wind.
We talked about a little bit last week. The starters played basically that first half and then kind of sat out, and we kind of wonder, well, does that make you a little, maybe not rusty, but, a little bit not seeing full game action?
Odell lined up wide to the right. Hundley in the slot. They'll hand it off on 3rd and 18. Lindquist to the middle for a couple, but that is all he'll get. A gain of 3 on 3rd and long, and the punt unit will have to come onto the field for Waukee.
4th down Warriors.
In here, but this is going to be certainly a difficult spot for the punting unit to come out. You see the punt returner for Indianola. He's lined up at the Waukee 42-yard line.
Yeah, you'd think with that wind it might hold it down. Garrett Smith's been a pretty good punter back there. The one thing you want to worry about, too, is a bad snap in the back of your end zone there.
As Smith stands at his own goal line, bit high, but he's able to grab the snap, gets a 27-yard punt. Indianola will get the football first. Wind at their back and great field position.
Yeah, and that one just straight up in the air and came down. You could tell how that wind was going to hold it up. So here's a big chance now for Indianola's offense.
1st and 10 as the offense comes out onto the field for the Indians. Perfect 3-0 record for them in district play as they sit at 5-2 overall. Working from the gun, it's Kolarek. He'll take the first carry. Nothing doing there. Hit right away by the Waukee defense.
That was Chase Evanson, and their linebacker.
Spikestra also there, and no gain as Kolarek gets the first carry. Like I said, Indianola, they're not going to do a whole lot tricky. It's going to be a whole lot of Kolarek getting the football. 850. They spread it out and looking to throw. Pressure coming as they set up a screen. Out complete to Kolarek, but a good tackle in the open field, limiting
Evanson again.
He's kind of all over the field early on for Waukee. He's been all over the place.
He wasn't starting at linebacker last week. He was new in the lineup this week. So he's making the most of it early here.
It'll be 3rd down and 6 as a pickup of 4 on the play on the screen pass to the sophomore running back, Cale Kolarek. From trying to cut back, nothing again. Spikestra first one there with the tackle. Waukee defense coming to play here on the first possession.
Yeah, just could not get the corner at all there as the defenders went right down the line and didn't let him turn it upfield. So 2 series, 2 3-and-outs right here. But I got a feeling this punt might go a little farther here with the wind at his back. We'll see if he tries to angle it.
Yeah, he'll be punting from the 38-yard line of Waukee, so a field position battle starting early here. 8:15 clock in the first quarter as both offenses haven't been able to find much room. Here's the squib pump from Kennedy as it'll take Indianola roll, but roll into the end zone for a touchback. Barely put any kind of foot into that one. He knew the wind at his back, but took a real hard hop off the turf and into the end zone.
Yeah, probably good to keep away from Morrison. He returned 2 for touchdowns last week, so good returner there. So a little bit better field position here by a bit here, and let's see if Waukee can eliminate their mistakes that plagued them on that first drive.
This time, though, for receivers, they're bunched up. It's a designed run for Randall. He breaks the tackle, cuts back from the 15, trying to get outside. He does to the 20, 25, 30. First down for Mitch Randall, hit out of bounds, just near personal foul. No flag comes out, but a nice gain of 15 on first down.
Well, that's his strength, making something out of nothing there. You got to corral him, and he broke this way. The contain broke down, coming back to the other way, and there was nobody there, and he picks up the first down.
Had the design run as just a quarterback sweep to the right side. He saw one defender there, stopped on a dime, went the other way, and picked up the first down. 1st and 10 from the 35, and they will hand it off. Looking to get outside, cutting back, that's Aaron Smith, who has got some just ridiculous numbers this year. Limited carries as they use him in that jet sweep a whole lot, but averaging 18.8 yards per carry this year.
And he kind of offers a change of pace to Lindquist, who pounds it up in the middle harder, a little bit slower.
The Waukee 38-yard line. 7:22 to go, first quarter. Smith goes in motion again. Lindquist gets a handoff up the middle. Big hole and a first down. Needed 7, got 8. It's 1st and 10 for Waukee. There's that physicality, but Lindquist slow getting up.
Lipping a little bit. But there it is, right up through the middle. So now you got him thinking about that run in the middle. They've been running one receiver, Odell, outside. He's getting single coverage out there, so let's see if they try to look to him here again.
1st and 10 for Waukee from their own 47-yard line as they work here in the first quarter. Their second possession, 5 minutes gone by. They'll flip it out on the pitch to Smith. He cuts back at the 45, near the 40-yard line. Another big gainer, and the offensive line starting to find a little bit of penetration up front.
Yeah, and they put that three-player bunch out there, the receivers, Sadot out there, and then it overloads that side, and then those receivers each just pick up a guy, and you're 10 yards down the field before you get to somebody who wasn't blocked.
Walk. To the left side, they'll hand it again to Smith, left side. Not much running room this time for him as he's able to pick up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7, but working that offensive line, playing into the wind, and some clock here too. Good
block by Sadot. He didn't kick out the defensive end there, and Smith turned it up, but good play to come up by the linebackers there for Indianola.
Again, Mitch Randall works from the shotgun as he's got Smith with him. Cross in motion comes Huntley as Randall looking to throw across the middle. Pass high, nearly intercepted. It was in and out of the hands of Eddie Sadot, and the defender back behind almost had the pick.
Well, and then Huntley was back there too deep, and if the defender hadn't touched that, he almost had a chance of getting that off the rebound. So a little bit high and maybe into that wind. He tried to throw it a little too hard in that first pass.
It'll be 3rd and 7 for Waukee. Huntley comes back into the game. Also back in Alex Lindquist. Sadot now lined up in the backfield next to Randall. He's got 4 receivers, 2 on each side of the formation, and whistles before the play. And it looked like there was a jump maybe on the left side of the offensive line. It will be a legal procedure, so moving back, 3rd down and 12.
So 2 penalties in the game, both of them on that offensive line of Waukee.
The result of the penalty, it'll be 3rd and 12 for the Warriors from the Indianola 43.
At the 43-yard line, punting into the wind, you almost wonder if this is 4-down territory. They're looking maybe to cut this.
Depends on how much they get on this. You're right, yeah.
3rd and 12, and they got a design run up the middle for Randall. He's past the 40 to the 35, lost his footing there as he falls down. It will be short of the 1st down, but a 4th and 4 opportunity for the offense.
I think it was Ben Moffitt just got a hand on him to trip him up, but if he gets outside to the numbers there, he's into the end zone probably.
And they will go for it. Offense stays on the field. 4th and 4 from the 35. Need to get to the 31-yard line. Was a little bit of movement up front from the Indianola defense, but nobody jumped across into the neutral zone. Still a long look over at Coach Carlson.
See if they go to the punt here.
Timeout with 5:14 to play. We'll take it with them. No score, Indianola and Waukee, as we come back on CISN.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill. We deliver delicious.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Trent Condon, Dar Danielson back with you in Waukee. No score, 4th down and 4 for Waukee and the Warrior offense as they're at the Indianola 35-yard line. Offense after the timeout back onto the field though, and they're going to take a shot here. Smith comes in motion. They'll fake the handoff to him, keep it with Randall. He's got the 1st down. 4th and 4, he gets 6. And, Dar, we talked about that at the top.
Yep.
Whatever you need, it seems like Randall is able to get.
And they brought Smith, who they know is the speedster, so he fakes that ball to his belly, so the defensive eyes have to watch him, and then Randall quickly up the middle. There's just so much speed in that backfield right now for Waukee.
It's a 1st and 10, fresh set of downs at the 28-yard line for Waukee. As they work with the football, we go inside 5 minutes to play in the first quarter. No score. Smith in motion again. They'll handle Lindquist, trying to penetrate the middle. Cuts back at the 25-yard line, brought down there after a gain of 3. So those big chunk plays really haven't been there. This has been a very methodical drive.
We'll see if they might go to him. They're going to bring him back here down to the bottom of the field on the right side again. And one of his favorite receivers there.
Odell leads the team, 25 catches coming into play tonight for 453 yards. Randall on the quarterback draw up the gut. He's got 5 yards on that one. It'll bring up a 3rd down and short for Waukee. Warriors continue moving the football. And Indianola, now you talked about that offensive line, but defensively not the biggest, certainly, team. Quickly on the line, here comes Waukee. Quarterback sneak for Randall on 3rd down and 2.5, and it looks like he is going to be just short, still on his feet, but there's a whistle. And it's going to depend on the spot of the officiating crew.
He's on the line here. Let's see. Yep, they're going to give him the 1st down.
Got the 1st and 10 Waukee. Well, you see it on 3rd and 4th and 1. Rarely 2.5 yards of quarterback sneak.
But they came up to the line so quick, I think they thought.
15-yard line, they'll hand up the middle to Lindquist. Falls forward past the 15 to the 14. And a gain of 3. 2nd and 7. 3.5 to play in the first quarter. Waukee, their first sustained drive of the game after they open, going 3 and out.
And another thing, this is winding the clock down, so when Indianola does get the ball back, they'll be going into the wind, and the wind will be at Waukee's back if they keep this up.
Very stiff breeze out there, gusts up to 40 miles an hour as it's whipping around, coming directly out of the south. Here's Randall on the quarterback draw to the left side, and able to pick up a few. It'll be 3rd down, though. Love those power plays with Mitch Randall, powerful running quarterback, and not a whole lot to it, not a whole lot of complexity. Line up and smash mouth.
Yeah, and the thing is, if you do not stop him in the middle and he pops through, then he's gone because he's got that speed along with the power to just bust through there.
They'll mark it 3rd down and 5 from the 12-yard line as Waukee continues on this long drive. 3 receiver look this time for Randall from the shotgun. He's going to roll to the right, looking to run, cuts up at the 15, cuts back. He's got the 1st down, and he gets to the 6-yard line. And again, one of those plays.
Just going upfield and picking out somebody and getting in front of him, and then Randall reads those blocks so well that he turned upfield and got the 1st down as we're coming up on 2:20 to play here in the quarter.
1st and goal, Waukee, as they take a long look over at the Warriors sideline, getting the play call. Lined up at the right hash. Randall has Lindquist with him. Smith comes in motion. They'll hand it Lindquist through the middle, spins through a tackle to the 3. So cut it in half. 2nd and goal from the 3-yard line now after the gain of 3. Inside of 2 minutes to play. Still no score, Waukee and Indianola, but the Warriors on the doorstep here.
And they bring in a little bit heavier package with Xavier Moore in there now, and also Reese Cooper.
And a full house backfield, couple of fullbacks in front of Lindquist, the running back. He gets hit right at the initial point of contact, but fights his way forward through a tackle, waiting for the signal. It'll be short.
No, just short.
It's one of those, you're waiting, and then the hand comes
lining up quickly.
And here they come under center. Mitch Randall, he'll sneak it forward. He's in for the touchdown. Touchdown, Waukee. Warriors jump on top first with 1:12 to go in the first quarter. A 1-yard quarterback sneak.
That gives Randall now an even 10 rushing touchdowns to go with his 10 passing on the season and 1 receiving.
Well, it's something we saw, 3-4 times in that drive. Just line up under center and power it forward. That offensive line that had to replace 5 starters from a year ago, they have done a real nice job, and they're ready to go really from the get-go this season. And we've seen the continued development out of them as the season has continued on. Had the formation spread out on the extra point attempt. Now they come back and line up for the PAT. As the snap is back, hold down, kick on its way, and it is good. 7-0 Waukee with an early lead over Indianola. 1:12 to play in the first quarter as we come back on CISN.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
1:12 left in the first quarter. Waukee jumps on top after a long 80-yard touchdown run. Dari didn't keep the play tally there, but that had to be, 14, 15, 16 plays right in that range?
Yeah, it was like that, and then, they had to overcome one 5-yard penalty, but a lot of those runs, Mitch Randall, a lot of that yardage on his own where he just took it up the middle and found the opening when he needed to, so they're going to have to talk a little bit about that defensively and see how they can stop him. And then Kate Jade made the PATs 30 of 32 on the season now for Waukee.
He's doing a nice job. Had a real big kick, his first field goal of his career a year ago here late in the season, and a victory against Johnston. And one of the crazier games that I've ever seen here calling high school football throughout the years.
Yeah.
Great back and forth affair, and gave the Waukee the lead in that one. He's going to be kicking off into the win now, though, with 1:12 left in the first quarter.
Now, they kicked it off short a lot last week, and Ottumwa had a real hard time handling that.
Jaden this time just a little pop kick. It'll land at about the 33-yard line, grabbed by one of the up men there and brought right down. Good work by the Waukee special teams. Chase Evanson on the tackle.
And that's what they did last week. Ottumwa fumbled it the first time. They got it, drove it in for a touchdown. So they've been doing that lately, kicking it short. I don't know what it is. They figure maybe they can force a turnover in the wind because it was a little windy last week too.
Those up backs a lot of times just don't handle the ball.
Yeah, they aren't used to it
as much. So it'll be the second possession for Indianola. They had their first one in a great opportunity with good field position, weren't able to convert. They'll go 4 wide, and they're going to take a shot with the wind at their back, up the right sideline, and complete. What a catch out there for Indianola. High for it, Noah Johnston.
Zach Gaines was on coverage, but he just went back and held up his arms and didn't really, try to turn and knock the ball away, and it was a perfectly placed ball. Dropped it right over the top of the defender.
Braden Wireman, the quarterback, he just put that in the exact spot his guy could go get it. First down into Waukee territory.
They're going to try to take advantage of the wind at their back here for another minute, too.
Out of bounds, so 1:02, clock stays out. As Wireman takes a snap, he's looking to throw high on the pass, incomplete. Out there in coverage for Waukee, that was Cole Spikestra. It'll be
Spikestra defending on the play, number 41. Second and 10.
and not directly from the south, but a little bit of a cross to it. Kind of that southwest motion cutting across the field as they line up at the right hash mark. Second and 10 from the Waukee 40-yard line. Indianola, 2 wide receivers for Wireman and Kolaric in the backfield. They'll pitch it out again. Nearly intercepted as that one was deflected away.
Zach Gaines right there and nearly got that one. He was intended for Boozell.
Braden Wireman came in 56 of 113, 49% passing on the year for 833, but does have 6 touchdowns against just 1 interception.
A good defensive backfield back there for Waukee. Joe Morrison, Aaron Smith, Simon Lofsgaard, and Zach Gaines. The back 4, and they can play you some pretty tight defense and some good size back there with them too.
3rd and 10 as the snap gets away, and Wireman just falls on it. Low snap there. Wireman not able to get a hand on it. I rolled back behind him. He falls on it at the 48-yard line. A loss of 8. It'll be 4th and 18.
Yeah, that's what they always tell you. Just fall on it. Sometimes you want to pick it up, but you're better off to save it and not, boot it around.
Morrison back deep for Waukee. As Indianola going to punt it away again. Here's a spiraling line drive kick. It'll hit out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. We'll see how far up they're going to mark it. But a good job there out of the punt unit for Indianola, pitting Waukee deep inside the 10. They'll mark them out at the, it was the 8.
No,
they bounce back to the 7.
Back.
And they're talking it over down there.
Yeah, that was a good angled punt. He learned from that first one where he barely got it up and it blew right out of the end zone. So there now they got him back deep in their own territory.
Waukee with the football for the 3rd time. 21 seconds to go in the first quarter as Waukee leads 7-0. Randall from the gun, hands to Lindquist. Lindquist with a jump cut at the line of scrimmage, falls forward for a gain of a couple. And the final seconds look like they're going to tick off. Not sure Waukee even going to take another attempt here. They'll take the flip in the possession here as we go to the second quarter and get the wind at their back. Through 1, Waukee 7, Indianola nothing. Trent Cotton and Dart Danielson here with you as we come back with more high school football on CISN.
My jacket? Want my jacket?
High quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High Beat Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High Beat Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Go to the second quarter. Waukee up 7-0 over Indianola. Waukee with the football, 2nd and 8, backed up at their own 9-yard line as they work right to left here in the second quarter. Wind at their back as they will go up the middle with Randall. Big hole out to the 30, 35-yard line. A big gain of 24. Brought that jet sweep motion with Smith across. Defense keyed on him and a big hole in the middle.
Randall's rushing totals have been down a little bit compared to last year, just because he's had more open, people to pass to. He's over 1,200 yards passing. Came into this at 500 yards rushing. He's going to be close to 100, I think, before this game is over.
As they have it from the 34-yard line now, 1st and 10, run up the middle. Lindquist, and not much there. Brought down after a gain just of a yard. Hasn't been a ton of running room here tonight for Lindquist. The defense of Indianola was really pinched down on him.
Yeah, but it keeps the defense honest there and keeps them guessing, because a run to him and then you don't know. You still got to keep your eyes on Randall. Is he putting it in the belly? Is he pulling it out? So it really keeps them honest. And they've only, one pass they've attempted, I think, so far
Yeah.
tonight.
2nd down and 9. Randall's going to keep it himself. Left side, 40, 45, breaks through a tackle. Throws a guy off him right at midfield. Physical run out of Mitch Randall. And the Indianola defender did not take too kindly to that one. He came up jawing a little bit as he got tossed aside.
Yeah, Jay Hale come up, and he didn't like that, but yeah, it's a little embarrassing as a linebacker when the quarterback shoves you down.
Not many quarterbacks can do that at the high school level, but Mitch Randall certainly can as Waukee gets to midfield.
But there again, they ran that off the jet sweep look to Smith first, and then he pulled it out and kept it.
2 receivers right, 1 left as Lindquist takes the handoff right side, brought down right at the line of scrimmage, though. So Indianola, that's the part that they have certainly figured out. It's been those other motions coming through that they have struggled with, and especially Mitch Randall. He is playing at a high level.
When he goes through that progression a little bit, then keep an eye on Randall has been a problem here. A big play here if they can get him into 3rd and long.
10:33 left to go in the second quarter. Waukee football, 2nd down and 10 from midfield. Pressure comes up the middle on a run blitz. Smith takes the handoff, fights forward for a couple. That's all he's going to get, and it will be 3rd and 8. So again, the middle of the defense from Indianola holds. Those defensive tackles, they've done a nice job in there, including number 79, Caden Hogard. 6 foot tall, 265, a junior. He's been sturdy there in the middle and occupying a couple of blockers.
Yeah, and you call it the blitzing up on the run, but that's a problem if you let Randall get outside on you. So we'll see what they do here in 3rd.
3rd and 8, Waukee with the wind at their back as Randall's going to throws it out, Sadek complete, right near the marker. It's going to depend on the spot, going to be just short of the 1st down. It'll be 4th down and inches. And we've seen Waukee a couple of times here hurry up to the line and these spots and try to sneak it forward.
Yep, they're bringing it into heavy set again. Xavier Moore in.
Also coming in, number 45, Hayden Hoxmeyer.
And Reese Cooper.
As Randall gonna hand it. No, faked the fullback dive, kept it, looped out to the left and got the 1st out. That's an interesting play call there on 4th and 1. Wow, a lot of dangerous things can happen there.
Yeah, because I think you're expecting just him to move forward, but he faked it there. Sometimes you don't have a lot of time when you just need a yard, but Randall is so quick off that, handoff that it didn't bother him at all.
A couple of receivers come back in for Waukee. Sam Odell, along with Hayden Huntley, they're lined up to the right side. Mitch Randall shouts out to them. Perhaps changing the play call with 8:48 left in the second quarter. 7-0 Waukee. Handoff to Aaron Smith. He's got some speed out there. Gets 5 as he's brought down. But a late flag came in.
Might be holding out there on Hundley. Because he'd taken a Indianola player down and they threw the flag right at him.
So the 5-yard run going to be negated and brought back after the hold on the wide receiver up the field. Aaron Smith, 358 yards this year on the ground, a couple of touchdowns for the 5'10" junior. Bring it back to the 45-yard line now for Waukee.
The
1st and 15.
The flag was 5 yards up, so then they bring it back, so it wasn't a full 10 yards, but
1st and 15 with Randall in the guns. Play action pass, rolls out to the right. He pump fakes. Now he's going to try to run. He's to the 40. Up the sidelines, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown, Waukee. And again, it's Mitch Randall. He made one guy miss out there, and then it was all green in front of him. 45-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, he made the guy on the outside, Carter Erickson, miss him, and then he'd give a little pump fake to the second line, and he got to the edge. And when he got to the edge, there's not many people faster that could run him down, I don't think.
Well, normally you're used to outside linebacker, a safety, somebody being over there, and there was just nobody after that initial wave of defenders. And a great run and the touchdown for Mitch Randall, his second score of the night on the ground. Sneak for the first, a 45-yarder for the second as Jaden comes on to attempt the PAT. Plenty of leg, and it is good. 14-0 Waukee with the lead over Indianola as we come back. 8:25 to play in the second quarter on CISN.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
Schottenkirk's Ford Truck
8:25
Month
left in the
going
second
on
quarter.
now in
Waukee
Indianola.
jumped out
This
to
month
a
only new
14-0
2019
lead.
Ford F-150
in
Crew
District
Cabs
6
up to
on the line here tonight.
$14,000 off
Waukee 3-0 in
MSRP
district play.
or up to
And
$8,500 off
Indianola 3-0,
MSRP.
but a 14-0 lead for the Warriors. Wind at their back and starting to feel like danger time early now for Indianola.
And they found out defensively, if you're going to bring pressure on Mitch Randall, you better corral him in that pocket. Otherwise, if you let him get by the rush, then he's gone. And yeah, this is a drive where they need to get one of those methodical drives that you talked about together here, because you don't want to go down 3 scores.
Jaden with the tee from the 40-yard line. Right-footed kicker for the Warriors. Pounds it in the air. Plenty of leg as that one lands halfway through the end zone and the touchback. So Indianola is going to start at their own 20-yard lines, and certainly got to find something here. They went to the passing game a little bit their last possession as they were playing with the wind for the final minute of the first quarter. Now going back into it. Certainly expect now to see a heavy dose of Cale Kolaric, their outstanding running back.
Yeah, and they need to find, they got to mix it up a little bit and not be predictable and see, like Waukee has done.
As Wireman, the senior quarterback, brings the offense out. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to the left. Man comes in motion. That is Kolaric. They'll hand it, though, off the motion up the middle. Not much running room there. Hit right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Not able to punch much daylight defensive line for Waukee there. Yeah. Caleb Paulus, Karsten Lappy, Connor Arndt, and Cale Thorson.
This is Holben up there. Man in the middle, big front. As those D tackles both pinched inside here on 2nd down and 10 from the 20. Wireman, he's going to throw. Hit as he threw. Ball sails out of bounds, incomplete. Tried to find Kolaric out there, but hit as he threw. That thing wobbled in the air into the wind.
Yeah, I think Kolaric was behind the defender a little bit. If he gets a good throw on it, he might be able to dump it in there. We saw him do it on the other side, but, yeah, it was just tipped. So now you're in 3rd and long here. And you need to come up with a big play to keep this drive alive, because punting into the wind, too, you probably give Waukee good field position.
7:49 left. Quarterback Wireman late getting the play in as they break the huddle with 7 seconds left. They have to hurry. 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left, and we're going to get a timeout here, and we'll take it with him. Indianola using the timeout. 7:49 left in the second quarter. Waukee a 14-0 lead. Coming back with more on CISN.
Schottenkirk's Ford Truck Month going on now in Indianola. This month only new 2019 Ford F-150 Crew Cabs up to $14,000 off MSRP or up to $8,500 off MSRP and 0% for 72 months. All new F-150 trucks come with no charge Ford roll-up tonneau cover. Ford fans drive to Indianola to buy Fords. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
With 7:49 left in the second quarter, Waukee a 14-0 lead over Indianola. Trent Conn and Dar Danielson back with you on CISN. Indianola going to take another shot up the sideline. Wireman's pass incomplete. It'll be fourth down, trying to find Grant Hitson out there. But
if he kept that,
so tough.
Yeah, if he the wind kind of pushed that out, but that was close to being right where he had a chance to make a play on it because the defender had his back there. But so now it's going to be tough on the punter here, Blake Kennedy, to see if he can get it out of there.
Into the wind, snap gets back to him, gets a running start at it as he knuckles one out towards the Indianola sideline. It'll bounce out of bounds short of the 40-yard line. Not a whole lot there. It'll just be a 17-yard punt as they'll mark it out, 18-yard punt, mark it out at the 38-yard line. And now a great chance here for Waukee with 7:38 left.
Yeah, starting on their own side of the field, and they've had trouble finding a way to slow down Mitch Randall here tonight. So we'll see if they stay with Randall on that run-pass option where he's run it mostly, or what they do if they go to the pass quick since they got the wind behind them.
Aaron Smith lined up in the backfield with Randall. They'll put a man in motion. That's Huntley as they go up the middle for Smith. Falls forward for about 4. Hasn't been a ton of running room for either Smith or Lindquist. Been a lot of Mitch Randall here throughout this one. It'll be 2nd and 6 from the 35-yard line. Clock in. 7:15 left in the second quarter. Waukee looking to run their record to 4-0 in district play. Randall from the gun. A little pump fake now. He's going to run with it. Out to the left, trying to get outside. Clipped it at his heel. Just got about 3 on the play. Looking for that one little angle he could turn back, and it never came. Good pursuit out of Indianola's D.
Yeah, I think he was looking quick in the middle for Sadat, and it wasn't there, so he just pulled it down. And I think Indianola coaches are going to be talking, contain. Do not let him get outside.
Injury down on the field for the Indians as second leading tackler for Indianola, Sam Hildreth, is down, linebacker, 6 foot tall.
Lindquist is over there on the bench down here, and he's got ice bag on that left knee. So
we
he
saw
came
him
up
limping
a little bit early on. And, again, we talked about their depth, so they move Aaron Smith up into that running back spot. But hopefully he'll be all right.
Hildreth with 37.5 tackles this year, behind only Miles Berg for the Indians. He limps off the field. They're number 44. 3rd down and 2 for Waukee. 6:57 left. And these third and medium, 3rd and short situations, it's been a whole lot of Mitch Randall tonight.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm going to predict number 4 might handle the ball here.
That is a safe assumption, no doubt, the way things have played out here this evening. Single receivers on each side of the formations. Couple of tight ends in with Smith in the backfield. Smith will get the handoff. He fights forward near the first down marker. Looks like he's got enough for it. Good physical run there out of Aaron Smith. He's that speedster, coming around the edge.
Yeah.
Showed the physicality, though, there.
And if they don't have it here, I'm thinking they might go. It's got to be really close. Yep, they're going to say it is. Or are they? Yep, they are.
The chain gang was moving at the least. They thought they had it. And
they thought it, yeah. Well, they've seen a lot over there, so they know.
Fresh set of downs for Waukee. They work at the Indianola 28-yard line, leading by 2 touchdowns. Randall, play action pass. Pressure comes. Steps into the pass to the middle. Oh. Touchdown, Waukee. Odell maybe got away with a little bit of a push-off there as he bumped the defender out of the way. Comes down 4-6. It's 20-0 Waukee.
But how about Randall sidestepping the blitzer in the backfield who had him, and he just sidestepped him and then threw it to the end zone, and Odell got it.
Yeah, just chucked him out of the way, slid off him, and then just fired a dart right into the middle of the end zone. That's where Odell was. Defender was right there for Indianola, and then just got moved out of the way. Touchdown Warriors with 6:38 left as Jaden is on to attempt third extra point for him of the night as he pounds it through. 21-0 Waukee. 6:38 to go before halftime. Back with more high school football on CISN.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Trent Condon and Dar Danielson back with you here in Waukee Stadium. And it has been all Warriors here tonight. 21-0, they lead Indianola for first place in district play. Waukee has played well tonight. Few of these games going on here across central Iowa. The matchups between 2 3-0s up in Ankeny at Centennial against Roosevelt. Further north in Ames, 3-0 in district play. Little Cyclones hosting the Valley Tigers. And some of the other games. We do have that Ankeny Centennial game against Roosevelt here on CISN. Also, Dowling Catholic Hoover. You can catch it on the network on CISN. And just find it on YouTube. All the links to our games each and every Friday night. 21-0 as Jaden will tee it up with 6:38 left to go before halftime. We talked a little bit earlier, Dar. I really felt like danger time earlier before the last possession for Indianola. Now they're in dire straits as they'll return it from the 5-yard line, cutting back at the 20 and hit short of the 25-yard line. Decent return for Indianola, but they got to find a way to get some points now.
Yeah, they haven't done anything but punt offensively here, so you'd like to get a drive going and get some kind of points. It doesn't have to be big plays. You could, chip it away, get it down there. But you got to get some kind of score on the board here, seems like, to go into halftime.
Wireman brings the offense out onto the field. Made one nice throw up the sidelines. That was back at the end of the first quarter, trying to get the offense started. He's going to throw it again, across the middle, bit high, incomplete. Try to get it to Grant Hickson, but into that wind there, just sailed a touch on him.
And if he catches that, he's got a little room there, and possibly if he can get by that last defender, we're talking a score. But again, throwing into that wind, it's got to be a little tough to kind of get the touch on it that you want.
Braden Wireman, 5'10", 170-pound senior, the quarterback for Indianola. Their top player throughout this year, Cale Kolaric. He has been quiet tonight. Sophomore running back. They tried to get him isolated a couple of times out in the passing game. Kolaric will take the handoff, left side, but nothing there. Waukee defense up to the task right away, led by Reese Cooper.
Yeah, he came in with 855 yards and 13 touchdowns, but the yardage coming real tough here tonight.
Also in the passing game, 232 on 19 grabs. As he has been much of the offense this year for Indianola, but quiet as we're halfway through the second quarter. It'll be 3rd and 11 for the Indians. 2 receivers right, 1 left for Wireman. Waukee shows pressure up the middle, now backs out of it as Wireman rolls out. He's going to take a shot. Incomplete. Skipped just short of the defender over there in coverage, Zach Gaines.
Yeah, looking for Hickson again, but again with the pressure, that would have had to been a perfect throw to get it to Hickson, and so now you got to punt into the wind.
Blake Kennedy will come on once again.
Joe Morrison back. The one thing you don't want to do is keep it a flat punt and give him a good chance to return to here.
Simon Lofsgaard also over there helping out with Morrison. He's lined up over near the Indianola sideline. And there's that line drive kick. Morrison will grab it at the 45-yard line. Cuts out to the 50, still on his feet. And trying to step through a tackle before 3, 4, 5 Indianola defenders come down and take him to the ground.
Credit John McGinnis. He came down there and got around his ankles and didn't let him get away. And then teammates finally cleaned that up. But really not a bad punt out of your end zone into the wind. They're on their side of the 50. So now it's where you're going to have to call on your defense to come up with a stop here.
They were able to do it in the first possession, got a 3 and out, but since then it has been all Waukee. They have the football from their own 48-yard line, 1st and 10 with 5:38 left to go. Aaron Smith on the carry, right side 50, 40, cuts back 30. He's got speed, still on his feet, cuts back the other way. He's gone. Touchdown Waukee, 52 yards. Oh, what a run there from Aaron Smith.
He stiff-armed the first guy that got him outside to the right, then cut all the way back across the grain to the left. And the big key there, nobody got a penalty. Sometimes, you know, you're blocking, cutting back across there. They all stayed with their blocks, no penalties, flags down, and he gets the big run.
52-yard touchdown. And we've been waiting for them to be able to pop something on the outside. It had been really quiet on those jet sweeps, getting the speed sweep to the outside. Finally, it popped there for Smith. Jaden pounds in another extra point. He's a perfect 4 for 4. Waukee rolling 28-0. 5:17 left before halftime over in Indianola. We come back with more in a moment on CISN.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill, we deliver delicious.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
With 5:17 to play in the second quarter, it is Waukee 28, Indianola nothing. Trent Condon, Dar Danielson here with you tonight in Waukee. 2 3-0 teams in district play, but it has been all about the homestanding Warriors tonight. 3 touchdowns on the ground, 1 through the air, as they're running away from the Indians now.
You know, when Indianola won the toss and deferred, and now they've ended up going into the wind behind, and it's been hard. We've seen that, trying to pass and trying to catch up and trying to pass in the wind. It's hard to get any big plays and do anything. We've got a score in. Paul Yeager texted me 14-7 Centennial over Roosevelt there in the first half.
Keep an eye on that one. Good one up in Ankeny tonight as Jaden tees it up once again. This time gets plenty of lift on it with the wind at his back into the end zone. It'll be a touchback. Indianola will get the football at their own 20. Well, week number 8, plenty of good matchups around Central Iowa here this evening. We'll get you a look at the scoreboard coming up here in just a little bit. Also at the half, the big announcement for Waukee tonight. The band will be making their way to the Rose Bowl, playing in the Rose Bowl parade. And a great trip to Pasadena coming up late December into early January. For that group, we'll be talking with the band director coming up at the half. Center screen incomplete. Off the hands there, trying to find something in the middle. Looked like there might have been a little bit of room, but that one just got darted in a little too quick.
Yeah, and it ended up, one of the linemen almost ended up catching that off the ricochet, which it was a good thought because it looked like he had some room. He just couldn't get the pass off. Indianola looking for any kind of play here to get something sparked for this offense right now. It's been punt, punt, punt on every drive.
After the incompletion, 2nd and 10. Waukee's defense shifts up front. Wireman going to roll out and intercepted. Spikestra with the INT at the 30-yard line. His family is right over here to the right. You might hear that over here as he makes the big play here on senior night. Gets the interception and the football back for the Warriors.
Big play there as he dropped back perfectly. And they had a little late blitz coming off the corner on that pressured Wireman into the throw. And Spikesma able to pick it off.
Well, that's fun. You got the seats up here in the box for the night, and Cole Spikesma's family certainly a lot to cheer about there as Waukee comes out to receivers right for Mitch Randall. He's going to roll out that way. Going to take a shot. It's got a man wide open. Touchdown Waukee for the second time tonight. It's Sam Odell. This one a little bit easier than that first one as he's got 6.
Yeah, that was just, he was waiting for the ball. It's one of those where you're almost afraid he's going to drop it because he's so alone back there, but ends up catching it.
30-yard touchdown reception for Odell as Mitch Randall's got now 2 on the ground, 2 through the air. It's 34-0 Waukee with 4:59 left in the second quarter. Jaden on for the 5th time tonight. Try the PAT. Snap back, hold down. Kick is up, and it is good. 35-0 Waukee. 4:59 to play. We're coming back. All Warriors here as they look to go to 4-0 on CISN.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Waukee up 35-0 over Indianola, just inside of 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Well, I'll tell you one thing, Dar. Certainly didn't anticipate this thing was going to end up like this with 5 minutes still left to play in the second quarter.
No, and I think it goes back to that coin toss where Waukee got the going into the win first, then it flipped, and then now Indianola trying to play from behind, but that win just negates the passing game so much that it takes away one of your weapons there, and it's just made it so tough on them to try to come back now that they're down. And so, hopefully get a return here and maybe get a few yards so you're not giving it to Waukee on your side of the 50 or just close to the 50. You got to try to flip the field somehow here in the final 5 minutes.
Jaden's done a real nice job out there. The kicker getting it into the end zone. This one is going to go end over end to the 10-yard line, a return opportunity for Kolaric. He is clipped, though, back in the back heel and falls forward about the 26-yard line. That's where Indianola will have it. Maybe looked like a chance for a good return, but special teams also been solid tonight. It has been really all 3 phases for the Warriors.
Yeah, and I think he was a little, if he takes that straight up the field, they're just, Indianola right now is just kind of looking for anywhere to go to find a seam, but let's see if they can get something going offensively here.
Wireman, the quarterback. He's got 2 backs with him as he works from the pistol. Play action pass, shot across the middle, complete for the first down. Good looking throw out there and complete out to the 40-yard line for the first down.
Morrison on the tackle, made a good sure tackle. Otherwise, he might have spun out of that.
Peyton Buzel on the reception. Buzel came in, 14 grabs on the year for 286.
And that front line for the defensive Waukee is just packing in tight, so you got to, running in there is going to be hard, but maybe those slant plays will work.
Wireman again, they're going to throw it back, sending up a screen for Kolarek. He cuts back out to midfield, and right at the first down sticks, a gain of 10. Good, well-designed play there. Rolled out to the right, then threw it back to the running back, sneaking out the left side.
Good play call, but good reaction by Waukee, too, because Kolarek was starting to pick up a head of steam when they pulled him down. But now the 50, I think that's as far as they've gotten in the field so far, isn't it?
Yeah, outside of that possession when they started at the 38.
Yeah.
After the 3-and-out from Waukee when they were playing into the wind, that was the only time Indianola's defense was able to get a stop. They'll roll out to the right again with Wireman, and it is complete. So good-looking pass out there again. Grant Hickson, he's had a nice night tonight for Indianola, and the passing game starting to roll a little bit. Does look like that breeze is starting to at least slow down a little bit, not quite as stiff.
Yeah, the flags are laying down a little bit, so that just helps some as a pinpoint pass, and then throwing some slants and just shorter routes seems like. But that's a good play on first down to get 7.
3:40 clock in second quarter. Waukee a 35-0 lead over Indianola. But the Indians on the move here with the football. Pressure comes, and incomplete on the throw. Wireman did a good job just being able to get rid of the football as he had pressure coming.
Morrison came on the edge, and a corner blitz on that one.
Got a penalty marker in the backfield there. Wonder if that is something on Morrison or a holding against the offensive line for Indianola.
They're talking to Morrison, so
it's marked right now 2nd and 3. And it looks like it's going to be hit on the quarterback against Morrison, so a personal foul penalty. It will be a 15-yarder. And that'll move the football all the way up to the 27-yard line now for Indianola.
Almost one of those you can guarantee in the NFL now if you come in and hit the quarterback, but I didn't see anything too out of ordinary on that one, but I kind of turned to watch the pass. But, Indianola rolling here now.
Wireman from the pistol, 2 receivers left, 1 right. As he rolls back. Looking across the middle, center screen, and that is complete. First down and more out to the 15-yard line. There is a penalty marker here on the near side of the field at about the 24-yard line.
Well, I think it might be holding on the offensive line because it looked like they had Kel Thorson by the jersey and were trying to pull it off him. Nope, it's going to be
ineligible man downfield.
So.
Yeah, they have that kind of tunnel screen set there.
Yeah.
They've run that a few different times and kind of noticed it the first time. It was more slow developing than you're used to that play.
Yeah.
Same thing there, and that's what leads to those offensive linemen being more than the 2 yards they're allowed up the field. And that will move it back. It'll be a loss of down. And from the 28-yard line, they'll bring it back to the 33.
So now 3:23, you're just looking to get on the board here. It's not a hurry-up situation, so they just want to try to get some of this back here.
1st and 15 from the 33 for Indianola. Clock in, 3:10 left before halftime. Hickson across the formation in motion. Going to take a shot to him up the sideline. Leaping attempt for it in.
He got it, did he? Yes.
He did. Wow, what a play once again for Hickson. Grant Hickson, he's having a night for Indianola.
Spikesman was back there covering, and he went right over the top of him and pulled it down and somehow got his feet in bounds, too.
To the 18-yard line, 1st and 10 for Indianola. And it has been on the arm tonight of Brayton Wiseman. Here this drive that Indianola has been able to move the football as he makes that long run over to the sideline, gets the play call from head coach Eric Kluver and his staff. And runs it back out to the huddle with his squad.
Well, they've been very creative in the play calling so far in this drive.
And they'll go play action pass. He's going to try to find Hickson again. It is incomplete, in and out of the hands. Check that down at the 2-yard line.
Yep.
And complete to Blake Kennedy there. So Kennedy snuck out. Hickson was out there.
Yeah, they kind of crossed, and Hickson went inside, and Kennedy stayed outside, and the ball's thrown a little more air on it. Maybe he is into the end zone, but he did a great job of trying to leap in. But as it is, they got a 1st and goal at the 1.
Inside of 3 minutes left before halftime. Waukee up 35-0, but Indianola on the doorstep from the 1-yard line. They'll go to Kolarek. He loses the football, but he is going to be marked down at the 2. A loss on the play. Went Wildcat with Kolarek there. He took the direct snap himself, but couldn't find the edge.
Just got enough of their Caleb Paulus to just shove him as he tried to turn the corner there on the end.
It'll be 2nd and goal for Indianola.
And that would have been catastrophic had they fumbled that away and not got any kind of points out of this, because as it is, you score and you're still down quite a bit, but you've scored and you got a second half and halftime to talk it over, come back out and try to figure something out here as we hit the 2-minute mark.
Inside of 2 minutes, and looks like Indianola is going to use a timeout here on some of that clock eat out, and they do. 1:52 left before the half. Waukee a 35-0 lead over Indianola. We come back on CISN.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you, and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
1:52 to go here before halftime. It is Waukee a 35-0 lead against Indianola at Waukee Stadium. Indianola, though, sits at 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. They're going to go back to that same formation they ran a moment ago with Kolarek working out of the Wildcat. He runs to the right side, dives into the end zone. In for 6. Indianola gets on the board. A 2-yard touchdown run for Kolarek as the Indians hit pay dirt.
Now, they've left a lot of time on the clock with the win behind Indianola here. They do get the ball to start the second half. Indianola does. So if they can convert the PAT here and then hold Waukee, they get a chance to get the ball back to start the second half.
Kick is on its way, and it is good. 35-7, quick timeout. Indianola, can they get back into it? We'll find out as we continue on CISN.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you, and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
35-7, it's all Waukee, but Indianola jumps on the board as Kolarek, the running back, Cale Kolarek, who had been quiet for much of the night, gets in for the touchdown. 35-7. Some positive momentum perhaps here for the Indians as they're trying to dig themselves out of a hole. Get a stop, they will get the football to begin the second half. That's got to be the hope here, Darda, get any chance to get back into this one.
Yeah, and then, I wouldn't try an onside kick here if it were me, because you're just you don't want to give Waukee another short field with the wind at their back. Well, that's been disaster here in this second quarter so far. So maybe you kick it deep. Hopefully you can hold them, maybe get the ball back, but your best bet is to hold them and go in and then get the ball to start the second half.
Thompson with a high kick from the 26-yard line, just shooting right up the middle. One of the up men there on the return for Waukee. That was number 35, Reese Cooper.
Cooper, yep.
Out to the 40-yard line. Cooper doesn't get many opportunities for kick returns. He's got to be happy with that.
Yeah, but that ball kind of hung up again in the wind and gave him a chance to get it. And about a 10-yard return on that thing.
Randall in the offense comes out for Waukee, trying to build on a 28-point lead with 1:44 left in the second quarter. Randall, 2 receivers left. He's looking to throw across the middle. There's Eddie Sadit near the first down stick, still on his feet. Boy, he is a load. And Dar, you see a lot more Waukee than I do over the course of a year, but he plays so much bigger than he's listed at. He's just a big dude.
Yeah, and he's got some speed to him, some size to him.
Quickly to the line, second down and 1. Clock continues to run inside of a minute 20. Big hole for Smith. Bounces outside, still on his feet at the 40, and falls forward to the 37-yard line. Nice gain there for Aaron Smith.
He came to a jump stop, like in basketball, looked around, where am I going to go, and came back to his left and was tackled, but he just all of a sudden stopped and found himself in the open.
And quickly, Waukee gets back to the line of scrimmage, 37-yard line with the football. Play action pass for Randall. Looking to the left side. It's got a man. It's Smith. Complete out at the 10-yard line. Bumped out of bounds inside the 10. Had the wheel route set out there to Aaron Smith. Another beautiful play.
And everybody was focusing. They had Odell down the middle. They're kind of looking at him. And the defense, they lost Aaron Smith coming out of the backfield, as you said. And here, Waukee first and goal to go at the 6.
Bumped out of bounds, so the clock stops with 55 seconds left in the first half. Sadit in motion as Randall rolls to the right, looking out there, pass high and incomplete.
Well, if he caught that, we were going to see how strong he is because he had 2 guys right behind him, and would he be able to turn up at the 2 and power it in? But he went over Sadat's head, so.
24 catches for 279 coming into the season for Eddie Sadat Jr.
And he's still got 51 seconds and 2 timeouts for Waukee, so no hurry here clockwise.
They can do plenty. Certainly no worries if they want to run the football. Second and goal from the 6. Sadat again comes across in motion. They're going to throw a quick little hitch route out there, but incomplete. Good defense out from C.J. Kuehl on the defense from the quarterback. Jumped that route, no chance.
Yeah, right in front of the receiver. Didn't get any chance to pull that in.
Substitution as Waukee brings an extra receiver in. That'll be Ethan Oatkin, senior. He'll be lined out wide on the right side. Inside of him is Hayden Huntley. And lined up on the left is Sam Odell. Third and goal from the 6 for the Warriors as they will look to the left side. Randall steps through a tackle into the end zone. Touchdown, Mitch Randall. Another one on the night. That one showed the physical nature, showed the speed earlier on the long one. Here, back to the physical run.
Looked like Sean Cunningham was going to come in from behind and pull him down, and he just pulled out of that and ran it in for the 6-yard run. And wow.
Just as it looked like Indianola maybe had something positive to take with them into the locker room. Not the case as Waukee responds. A quick drive, quick strike offense. And they are an extra point away from taking a 35-point lead. Pulled down as Jaden knocks another one through. 42-7 with 41 seconds left before halftime. We're coming back on CISN.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day. or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill. We deliver delicious.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
41.3 seconds left, and Dar Danielson, who joins myself, Trent Condon, up here tonight. Dar, this has been one of the longest second quarters I can remember.
Yeah, and credit Waukee, you know, sometimes you could just take that, oh, we'll run out the clock and go into halftime, but no, they got out there, they ran their offense right after, responded well after the score, and took it down, and it only took them 20 seconds or so to score. Take it 60 yards.
Well, they can do that as they have been spot on. Mitch Randall has been great in every facet of the game. 42-7 as Jaden gets another touchback to his credit. And a race out of the special teams unit. Who got it there? We got who was fighting for that? That was number 40, Ben Halber, and 24, Joseph Lindholm. Who do you got? That was neck and neck. Who do you think won it?
I don't know. They both got some playing time last week. Everybody did in that game. So.
And I love that out of the special teams unit, too. I mean, making that kind of competition. You know the wins at your kicker's back, but you're still making it a part of the game, making a game inside of the game, going out there, running hard, playing hard. Love to see that for Waukee. They lead at 42-7. Indianola trying to get it going as they'll hand it off on the jet sweep out to the right. And Hickson will be brought down after a gain of about 5. We'll see if Indianola just going to go back to the locker room. They're going to keep the offense trying to roll. If they can let the play clock roll out here. They will huddle up one more time. As Wireman, he's thrown a couple of different times effectively tonight.
Yeah.
Hands on their hips. Looks like they're going to be
just going to let it roll down. They can let it roll out without having to call a play here, and I think they're going to say we're going to get it to start the second half and try to figure something out.
Two teams playing to move to 4-0 in district play. This one has been a laugher, though. Waukee 42-7. Dar, this is basically exactly what you want for Waukee's perspective. They've come out here. They've exerted their will. Chance to get ready for next week in Johnston and do it in impressive fashion here.
Yeah, and Indianola had, they know they win, they're in, but they put all the pressure on them. They got, I would say lucky, but they got the choice of the win, so Indianola trying to come back with the win. They couldn't do much with that, so it's ended up being just all Waukee. I mean, no surprise. I thought Indianola looked for the one drive there, but then Waukee comes right back and answers on that.
It's been incredibly impressive what we've seen tonight out of this Waukee squad. 42-7 at the half. Waukee with the lead. We'll take a break. Coming back with our halftime show. We're going to hear from the band director. Take a look back at the first half. We'll pass along scores from across Central Iowa and the big games across the state of Iowa. A lot of district supremacy on the line tonight. We'll get into that here at the halftime show. Once again, your halftime score, Waukee 42, Indianola 7. We're coming back with more on CISN.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, Lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game. Shields.
We might not always know what the day will bring, but some things are certain. The sun will rise, and your lights will go on. That's because at MidAmerican Energy, we're obsessively, relentlessly committed to providing you energy when and where you need it, to connecting with you and keeping our communities safe and strong. Because the most important thing we put our energy into is you. We're obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Schottenkirk's Ford Truck Month going on now in Indianola. This month only new 2019 Ford F-150 Crew Cabs up to $14,000 off MSRP or up to $8,500 off MSRP and 0% for 72 months. All new F-150 trucks come with no charge Ford roll-up tonneau cover. Ford fans drive to Indianola to buy Fords. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
High-quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-V Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-V Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill. We deliver delicious.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
And it's something that we really strive to be able to do. It's a great honor. They take there's about 12 to 13 bands from around the world, both high school and college, that are accepted to do that each year. And so it's something that a lot of programs strive to do, and something that we've had on our radar for a while. This last spring, we decided we wanted to put forth an application. We knew that 2021 would be the last year when Waukee High School would be together as a single school, and we knew that would be a great opportunity for us to be able to go out and kind of celebrate Waukee as one school before we split. So we started the application process in March, finished it in May, and heard last week that we were going to be accepted.
So I was told that this was under wraps. This was complete secrecy. In fact, I was told if you say anything, you're going to be in very big trouble. So I had my lips closed throughout. Did anybody find out? I mean,
No.
You saw their faces out there on the field when they saw that Rose Bowl emblem up there. Just the elation that had to be for the kids.
Yeah, no, it was really hard. We found out on Thursday last week, so we've known for 8 days that we were going to go, and there were 3 people on our staff and 6 administrators in the district that knew about it, and otherwise we were able to keep it a secret until tonight, and the kids, they were absolutely ecstatic that we get to go do this.
So what will go into that? Is it, routines you've already done, or, you march in the parade, and then what else takes place?
So we'll get to perform twice out there with the other bands. Once will be a field show performance where we'll do our field show from that year, very much like we're doing tonight, just next year's version. And then after that, on New Year's Day, we'll march in the parade. The parade is a 5.5 mile long parade, so it's going to be a long haul for these kids. So we'll have to really work on getting our endurance up, both physically and mentally, so that we're able to do that for the full time. But it'll be a great experience for the kids once they are able to get through it and survive.
Yeah, because do you do any parades now?
We don't really. We do our homecoming parade here, and typically that's the extent of the parade work we do. So this is going to be stretching us in some new directions as we go into this next year.
Now, Chris, have you ever been to the Rose Bowl parade before?
I have not.
This is going to be your first time.
It's going to be my first time. There's actually no one on our staff that has been to the Rose Bowl parade before. We've watched it on TV a lot, but we've never actually been out to Pasadena. So it's going to be really fun. They let when the bands are selected, the directors get to go out the year before and scout it out so that we know what to expect with our bands. So we get to go out this year, and that'll be our first opportunity to see it live, see backstage how it all works, and then, of course, a year from now, we'll take the band with us and do it for real.
Is that something then? Do you have to fundraise for that, or how the logistics and all that? What?
Yeah, we will next week. We'll start planning for a fairly extensive fundraising campaign. To take all of the students from here to there will cost upwards of $500,000 to take the 225 members of the band over there. So I mean, it's a big investment of time and money.
So start saving your pop cans, man.
That's it.
Right?
That's it. It's going to take us a while.
Well, with that, is there going to be a website maybe devoted to this? Do you guys have a band website or Facebook page where people in the community that are interested in helping out will have a spot to go?
Yeah, absolutely. We do have a band website, and it's just WaukeeBands.org. And people, we don't have anything set up now, but that's something that's in the process where we will have things on the website set up for that, and then through other social media accounts as well to help people that want to help us out.
It's it's one of those things that I know sometimes people overlook with football. It's part of the whole core of football and sports in general too, is the band, and sometimes people overlook that, but it's all part of the whole thing and your performance and that, and so it's got to be fun too. That now this is maybe something a little more where you're more in the spotlight too, isn't it?
Yeah, and it is a lot of fun, and we're very fortunate here in Waukee. We have a very supportive community. The school, the students are supportive of us across the board, whether it's athletically or musically, and that's not the case in a lot of schools, and so we're very fortunate to have that kind of broad base of support here in Waukee.
So you've been working to get this honor for your band for a long time now.
Yeah.
Have you ever had that quiet moment where you said, what are we going to play? What are we going to do? What are you going to put together when you're able to go out there on the field? That's had to be running through your head.
Oh,
right?
yeah. As we're always thinking about that kind of stuff, and there's always things in the back of your head. We'd love to do this. We want to do this. And then it becomes a matter of what kind of group do we have? Who are the students that are actually there? And what can we put in front of them to make them to be most successful?
Do you know at this point, too, I mean, there's a lot of other stuff you do when you go out there in California. Do you know anything about that or what other things you'll be doing, or is that coming down the road?
That'll be coming down the road. I mean, we'll be out there for likely 6 days. It'll be a 6-day trip, most likely. A couple of those days will be dedicated to performances. The other days, we'll do some of the typical stuff. I imagine we'll go to Disneyland, we'll go to Universal Studios, do a movie studio tour, see some of the Hollywood stuff, do a beach. We'll get some of that stuff in as well. But the focus, especially on the first half of the trip, is going to be to get ourselves ready to do a great performance for the Rose Bowl.
Well, congratulations, because I know, again, band members, they put in so much time and so much work, and to get to do something like this, it's got to be exciting for the kids. And it's also got to be something that, the younger kids in band, and they're looking up at that, and they say, hey, maybe sometime another time we can go on that trip.
Yeah.
So it's got to be really cool for the whole program, isn't it?
It really is, and we're so fortunate here in Waukee. We've got a great program. We have a fantastic staff from 5th grade when the kids start band all the way up through high school. We have 14 staff here in the district, and they work incredibly hard to help prepare the kids, and the students that we have are very fired up all the way through, and we are able to do some fantastic things at this level because of it.
And I know there's probably a lot of people out there thinking, well, maybe there'd be a team with Iowa connection that might be playing out there if they could get their act together.
That's right.
And maybe some former Waukee players, too.
Absolutely.
That, so that could come and watch. But,
we've all got our fingers crossed for that one.
Yeah, but anyway, congratulations. Chris Strohmeyer, the director of the Waukee Band here, and congratulations on that. And we'll have to check in with you later, see how planning is going.
Thank you very much.
And it's a great trip out there. It's fun. California's a great place to visit. I wouldn't want to live there, but it's a great time to go out and have fun.
Yes, it is, and we're very much looking forward to it.
All right, thank you.
All right, thanks very much.
We're going to take a break here at halftime. We'll be back with more after this on CISN.TV.
Why do I look for the seal? It's about trust. Whether I'm buying a car, hiring a contractor, finding a tax preparer, or an honest mechanic, the Better Business Bureau seal means this business meets high standards. When I see the seal, I know I'll get what I pay for. No more taking chances and no more worries. And I feel good about supporting local businesses. My life is so much easier knowing I can always trust BBB accredited businesses. It pays to look for the seal. See for yourself at bbb.org/Iowa.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill, we deliver delicious.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
Here's to everyone who believes in competition and good sportsmanship, who knows it's not about the trophies or the medals, but rather the lessons learned. For those who understand, it's not whether you win or lose, just that you give your best. So go ahead, lace them up, take the field, have fun, and play. For the experience, for the memories, for the love of the game, Shields.
Welcome back here to Waukee. All Warriors at the half, 42-7. Thanks once again to Chris Strohmeyer for joining us here at the half. Great announcement here right before the game. And Dar, the players are down there, the band members down below us, but though you can't actually see their faces, you could tell the excitement from even up here in the press box.
Yeah, when they started, they put it on the scoreboard, and then they put up the Rose Bowl logo on that. You could tell that they were really excited about that. And it's fun. I was in high school, and we went on a couple band trips and that, and it's like, it's a fun thing to do with all your hard work and get to do something different. But and they've had to play the school fight song quite a bit here in the first half, too, with the way Waukee has played. Randall scored a 1-yard run toward the end of the first quarter. Then the second quarter, he had Mitch Randall a 45-yard run. Then it was with 6:38 to go. Odell a 28-yard pass. Smith a 52-yard run with 5:17 to play. 4:59 to play. A 30-yard pass from Randall to Odell, and that made it 35-7. Then finally, Kalarik got a run with 1:48 to play in the second quarter, but they came right back down, and Randall, with 41.3 seconds to play in the first half, a 6-yard run, and bat it back up to 42-7. So really only one drive where the Indianola offense has shown something and got an extended drive going here tonight.
You know, one thing that I've seen, and this is my first time in person seeing Waukee since back in week number 1 in that game that they had against Dowling, went down to the wire, but you can continue to see that improvement, especially up front, and just the physicality that offensive line. You know, they were replacing 5 starters from a year ago up front, and you weren't sure how quickly they were going to be able to adapt. I thought they certainly equated themselves very well in week number 1, but the progression that they've made to week number 8, this is a different Waukee team. With the win here tonight, they're going to be in real good shape going into the Johnson game next week to host in the first round and be district champion. But for Waukee, it's not about that. You know, Waukee, the goals are much bigger, and I think they're realistic goals here, what we've seen out of this team and the development they've made this year.
Yeah, and Randall, he's a wild card because that line, they know if they keep a block for a couple of seconds, he's going to find the opening. And, you know, he's been so good with putting the ball in the belly, pulling out and going, and making something out of nothing, dodging the blitz. And he's just so elusive back there, and then has so much speed when he breaks away that it's just so hard for the defense to shut that down.
It really is, and they can do it in a couple of different ways. Aaron Smith, the way that they use his speed on the outside. The other thing is we haven't seen a whole lot of Alex Lindquist here tonight. Got banged up early in the game. We saw him limping out of a pile, and since then, very limited action. In fact, hardly played at all during the second quarter.
Which makes sense, I think.
Yeah.
Right.
Hold him back from there. You certainly understand that, but the other kind of component of that, you need him healthy. You need him healthy, you know, not just for next week in Johnston, but going forward in the playoffs. If this team's going to make a deep run, Alex Lindquist has to be a part of that.
Yeah, because, you know, you can't look ahead. They have this game in hand, but you go to Johnston, and Johnston is down a little bit this year, but it's still a kind of a rivalry there, and you still,
and it's physical. And Woodley's teams, they're going to tee up.
Yeah, they're going to play hard, and you know that's going to be a game that Johnston's just not going to roll back and give it away to you either. But as you said, you win that one. You have, what was it, I talked to the coach the other day. He said you get home, and then the dome, you know, and that's what you want to have. You want to win the district, get the home game, and then go to the dome for the semifinals, you know, and you're set up nicely that way.
Going to be very interesting the way see the way this one plays out. Right now, these teams 14th and 15th respectively in the RPI, but that will be changing here in the big week. And lots of big games going on. You mentioned earlier Ankeny Centennial and Roosevelt. That's another big one out there. It was 14-7.
Valley was rolling along, weren't they, at halftime?
They were. They jumped out 55-0 against Ames. Ames was 3-0 in district play, 55-0 there. So, you know, these teams, the top-level teams, even against teams playing well in district play, still flexing their muscle.
Yeah.
How many teams do you think that can win the title this year? A lot of years it feels like one. It's Dowling Catholic. This year?
Yeah, it seems like Valley, Waukee, I think, has a shot at it. Centennial has played well at times. Southeast Polk is one of those teams at the start of the year you thought, oh, they're young, but they've really come on and shown. You know, it's still, you know, you got to knock Dowling out, but you know, it's still theirs until somebody knocks them off out of the playoffs. But you know, I think there's a lot more opportunities to do that with the teams I've seen so far.
Update in that Ankeny Centennial Des Moines Roosevelt game, now 21-7 the lead for the Jaguars as they play into the second half. And keep an eye out there. In fact, you can catch that game here on CISN on the network. Just search CISN. You'll find the links for all of our games up there tonight. Well,
Indianola will get the ball to start the second half, and they got a lot of work to do.
That they do, and we will also have continuous clock along with it as we start the second half. A 35-point deficit for the Indians here to Waukee. and certainly a chance for some young guys to get in there. We'll take our final timeout of the halftime show. We'll come back. Second half right around the corner. It's Waukee 42-7 over Indianola. Back with more on CISN.TV.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill. We deliver delicious.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Trent Condon and Dart Danielson back with you once again in Waukee. We get ready for the start of the second half. It's been all Warriors tonight. 42-7, they lead Indianola as we get ready for the second half kickoff. Indianola will get the football to begin the second half, though they will be working into that breeze. Though it's settled a bit, still pretty significant out there, Dar, as we look across and see the flags flying.
Yeah, it seemed like it settled on a little bit on that one Indianola drive where they scored, but then it's that straight across from us, that W flag, Waukee flag is just kind of almost standing straight out. So it's picked back up again, but I'm not going to complain about the weather, man. It's been a beautiful night here, really, considering.
And we're, of course, up here. That helps, too.
Yeah. Well, but last week we had to have, as I said, we had to have the heaters on up here. So, and then for some reason, well, there's a good crowd up here tonight, but last week it was really crowded. Some reason people figured out we had heaters up here, and they kept coming in, and every time they opened that door, there was a whoosh of air come through. So
it'll be Jaden to kick off for Waukee. Cade Jaden, he's done a nice job tonight. Perfect on the extra point attempts, and he'll get us started for the second half as he boots it into the end zone. There is the touchback, and we're underway in the second half. Indianola will get the football. Little momentum there late in the half. First real big signs of offense out of the Indians there late.
Yeah, and you want to come out and you want to put something together here. If nothing else, you get a little momentum and maybe you can get a score, but then going into next week too, because you still need to win again, next week for the RPI and all that. They were just above or just below Waukee, I think, in the RPI. So, there's still a chance of them getting into playoffs.
1st and 10 from the 20 as Wireman throws out complete. Another grab out there after a gain of about 4. Hickson, he doesn't have, big numbers this year. I don't know if there's an injury or something like that, but he's been impressive here.
Yeah, and I think they've just been trying to get it out to him quick, too,
Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Indianola as they work left to right. Game broadcast, of course, video on CISN, replayed tonight on 1460 KXNO as they find Hickson again just short of the first down marker, a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and 1. Hickson, he's going to double, maybe triple his catches by the end of the night.
Yeah, and, I think part of that is, Kolarik with the 855 and 13 TDs, they haven't had to throw as much. I think they've depended on the ground game here for most of the season, but that's not there tonight, and to get back in it, they're having to throw a little bit.
Inside of a minute gone by in the second half. They'll hand it to Kolarik, right side. Not a whole lot of room. Fights forward for just enough, though, to get the first down. Needed a yard. He gets 2 and move the chains for the Indians. That's the kind of positive start that you want to see here. Like you said, Indianola, they still got plenty to play for next week. very well could have an opportunity to play themselves into the playoffs. Maybe they'll need some help.
Is it Des Moines East, I think they play next week? Yeah.
Sounds right, yep. So you want to get that offense, get it revved up, get cranked up, and show some positivity going forward. Still a chance of being a playoff team as they'll hand it out to the left end. Hit in the backfield, Morrison. Boy, he was shot out of a cannon there.
It looked like Hickson was making his way around the left side, and Morrison just shut that down in a hurry and drops him for, about a 6-yard loss?
Joe Morrison started last year as a sophomore, and it's not very often in 4A football that you see sophomores just jump off the field like he did last year. To think he's still got another year of high school football. Yeah, scary proposition for everybody else.
Yeah, he's got an awareness back there, him and Aaron Smith, and they've had a real good defensive backfield back there.
As they will roll out to the right across the middle, that bubble screen again, this time complete, out to the 35-40. Midfield cutting back into Waukee territory. Another big gainer in that middle bubble screen for Indianola as they pick it up in Hickson.
And then they got the second level block against Aaron Smith that pushed him away and allowed that to get across the 50 and get some extra yardage on that.
So the big gainer brings it all the way to the 42-yard line of Waukee. 1st and 10, Indianola. 9:10 to go in the third quarter. Waukee leading 42-7. As we start the second half, first possession, Kalarick rolls to the right and tried to cut it back, but the swarming Waukee defense too much.
Yeah, he finally just decided I'm going forward and get what I can get, which was only a yard, but.
Cale Kalarick, 13 touchdowns this year, over 1,100 yards of total offense this season. But the going has been incredibly tough against this good Waukee defense. 2nd down and 9, they gave him a yard from the 41. Wyman gonna throws out, and that one is complete. That's to Buzel. He's out just short of the first down mark. It'll be 3rd and short for the Indians.
He's been kind of quiet tonight. He's, been up there in receptions.
Second on the team coming in with 14 grabs, couple of touchdowns, just shy of 300 on the season. It'll be 3rd and 1 from the 33. As Wireman over gets the play call from the assistant coaches and head coach Eric Kluver. Break the huddle with 13 on the play clock. 3rd down and 1. As Kalarick will take the handoff right side. He's got the first down.
Good patient running that time. Kind of gliding through there looking for that hole.
Kalarick's good looking back. You can see certainly why he has the numbers that he does. And just a sophomore, very impressive and certainly a building block going forward for Indianola. Have to be happy about that. 1st and 10 Indians from the Waukee 28-yard line. Long sustained drive here as they have chewed up over 4.5 minutes of clock to begin the third. Wireman going to throw. He's got a man out there. Incomplete. Overshot his intended receiver, Kennedy. And the flag comes in. Dar, you saw that one.
Yep. He got that right arm just over the little bit, and I think they're going to call interference at the 10. Yep.
Officials coming over and talking over. It will be pass interference. So the penalty will move it inside the red zone for Indianola. And they'll get the first down along with it as they walk it off. And
wait a minute, there's a review. Oh, wait, no.
Wrong sport. Yeah. It doesn't happen at the high school level. Not yet, at least.
Thank goodness.
1st and 10 from the 13.
It's about made me want to shut off the NFL as bad as that.
Now, Indianola's wearing yellow helmets, but they don't have the green that goes along with it. From the 13, but before that, I think flags thrown.
They're calling procedure.
Update from Valley Stadium. Dowling Catholic up 47-0 in their matchup against Des Moines Hoover.
Centennial over Roosevelt 21-7. Southeast Polk over Marshalltown 35-14. Ankeny all over Sioux City North 77-0.
Woo.
Johnston 40-6 over Mason City. I got to say Marshalltown is a team that I think really has turned it around and had a pretty good season. They were kind of down there for a few years, but
First and 15 from the 18. They'll take a shot into the end zone. Tapped away at the last moment, going into double coverage out there. Trying to find the intended receiver, but Gaines and Morrison combined. They each get a pass deflection there.
And Morrison almost came down with it on his back, but he couldn't quite pull it in there, and it would have been a touchback had he been able to do that in the end zone. But, yeah, it's doubled up over there, but Wireman figures what the heck,
6:12 left in the third quarter. Wireman, quarterback for Indianola, rolls to his left. Pressure comes. He loses the football. Ball is out. Picked up, though, by an Indianola Indian. Rolling out to the right. Yeah, Kalarick bounced out from there. Couldn't find the number there. Who scooped that up? Normally, when you see those plays, it's an offensive lineman. I said, yeah, that guy's moving a lot quicker than an offensive lineman.
Well, Kalarick was up there blocking for him and another back, and then all of a sudden, boom, and he just stripped that ball. And Kalarick came running around and went the other way. Now the officials are talking something over there.
Conversation continues. I think they're looking to see if there's a change of possession.
Yeah.
But there was never any cover by Waukee. It was picked up by
because then it would have been a first down then.
Mm-hmm. Instead, it'll be 3rd and 21 now. From back at the 23-yard line. Still can get a first down. Wireman from the pistol. 2 receivers to his left, sets up a screen in the middle. Oh, but a great coverage there. Defensive lineman Connor Art.
Yeah, he was all over that. Well, they've seen that enough tonight. Mm-hmm. They should have, I think they're looking for it now.
The recognition there for a defensive tackle. I mean, you're doing so much. You got guys hanging on you. Peel the block, wait for the guy, and then finish the tackle. Great play, Connor Art.
Especially when you got a lead, it's easy to pin your ears back and just keep going. But he recognized that something was going on and held up. So
4th down, Indianola going to go for it. 4th down and 20 from the 22-yard line. Out of the shotgun, stepping up, Wireman. Pressure comes, and he is sacked. Waukee's defense hold. Paulus gets the sack. That's a great feeling there for the defense getting that.
Yeah, because Indianola pushed him back, but when they got into the red zone, then they just stiffened up there and some big defensive plays and shut that drive down.
More than likely going to be probably it, I would guess, for the first teamers now. One more game on deck of the regular season, and especially if you're going to see a big drive here out of the Waukee offense. They lead at 42-7 inside of 4 minutes to play as we have flags coming. Waukee wanted to take a shot there.
Yeah, and I don't think everybody got set in the motion because he motioned to Smith late, and Smith, I think, was supposed to come in motion, and then there was too much movement in the backfield, more than one move in there, and that's where they got the penalty.
Legal procedure moves them back 5 yards. It'll be 1st and 15 now from the 20 for Waukee.
Waukee had a couple motion penalties early, but they've been pretty penalty-free so far here in this ball game.
2 receivers to the right, 1 left. That's Sam Odell. As they will run it up the middle, break it through a arm tackle all the way to the 28-yard line. A physical run there, picking up 8, maybe 9 on first down.
Xavier Moore. Is it?
Tackle for Indianola by Sam Hildred. Number 44, did you see him back in the game?
Yeah, Xavier Moore.
It was Xavier Moore, the senior, 5'10", 175.
He's got a little speed, too. He got into his last couple of games here when they've gotten ahead.
And ran hard there. Love to see that. Lindquist injured in the first quarter as Moore gets another handoff on the counter. He's got a first down. Xavier Moore out near the 40-yard line, out to the 41, in fact.
And he might be playing more, except he's got, he had Lindquist and Smith ahead of him there. But, now with Lindquist out, they're getting him in there and got a little extra time.
Continuous clock with a 42-7 lead for Waukee over Indianola. 2:35 left. In motion, Aaron Smith. Mitch Randall wants to throw. Pressure comes. He throws it incomplete. Trying to find Odell out there, but good pressure from the backside from Indianola.
Carter Erickson, yeah.
Erickson, big numbers this year, 7 sacks, 11 tackles for loss, leads the team in both categories from that outside linebacker
And he's
spot.
just a sophomore, too. So
another young building block for Indianola.
And I don't think Randall was quite happy with the way he pulled him down after that, but it was kind of continuous in the play.
As it is 2nd and 10, Waukee from their own 41-yard line. As they'll run that counter play again for Moore. He spins through a tackle, but then a host of defenders come over and cover him up right at the line of scrimmage. Seen that counter play a couple of different times now with Moore. Wonder if there's just something about his running style that works, because we didn't see a ton of that during the first half.
No. But they were doing more of the run pass option, I think, with Randall is why probably.
3rd and 10, trip receivers for Waukee on the left side, one out to the right. Now looking back to the sideline. And we're going to get a whistle and a timeout as Coach Kluver doesn't look real happy with his defense the way they were getting set. 1:19 left in the 3rd quarter. Waukee 42-7 as we come back on CISN.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury, whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family.
3rd and 10 for Waukee as
Visit
Mitch Randall rolls to the
IowaRadiology.com
right,
or call to
trying to
schedule-
find a wheel route. He's got a man out there, complete, Said it for the first down. They were setting up that play. It was slow developing. Eddie got knocked off his spot, but still came back and found just enough of a crease for the opening in the first down.
And they picked up the blitzers and gave Randall enough of a pocket. Usually he scrambles, but he stayed right in that pocket and kept looking upfield and found him.
Good play for the first down on 3rd and long. Fresh set of downs at the 39. Pressure comes again as Randall rolls to the left. He's going up, incomplete. Tried to find Odell on the post route in the middle. Good coverage from Indianola, though, as Grant Hickson, we talked about him offensively. Good play there defensively.
And Odell and Randall, they're pretty good. You know, they've got a connection usually in that, and that time just a little bit high on the throw, running under pressure. But that's another thing Randall does well when he scrambles, and he usually sets his feet and gets a pretty good throw off, but
that'll be 2nd down and 10 for Waukee as they work at the Indianola 39-yard line, up by 35, 42-7. 5 seconds left as they got to hurry to get the snap off. In fact, they're just going to wait for the 4th quarter. So we'll go to the 4th, 42-7. Waukee up big, looking to run to 4-0 in district play. We come back on CISN.
You want to get stronger, faster, healthier. You want more. You want to be part of something bigger than yourself. A place for people of all ages, all walks of life, that provides opportunities for all to succeed. We do that. We're the why. Build more than muscle. Build a stronger community.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
High-quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-V Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-V Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
Trent Cotton joined by Dar Danielson here at Waukee High School and Waukee Stadium. 42-7 as we begin the fourth quarter. All Waukee tonight, 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off to Moore. Nothing doing as he's wrapped up in the backfield. First penetration and the tackle for Cale Crawford. Another sophomore there playing the defensive line that spot. A lot of sophomores on this Indianola team.
Yeah, there are, and it's not usually good you have to play sophomores, but the good thing is they're playing well. They've had a pretty good season, and they're going to be juniors next year. That's the best thing about sophomores.
Clock is continuous here as we play in the fourth quarter. 35-point lead for Waukee. Randall takes the snap, looks out to the left, pump fakes. Now he's going to take a shot towards the end zone, overshoots the receiver, Odell, incomplete. Tried to get it out there to Odell, had the one-on-one coverage, and boy, a good throw in.
Yeah, I was just going to say, that was a tight spiral on a rope to the wind, and I think Odell maybe looked back, and I don't know if he slowed up a little bit, but if he kept going, he's got that into the end zone. But nice throw. So things are going to be a little clearer tonight with District 1, Dowling winning. They'll go to 4-0. Centennial leading Roosevelt. They'll go to 4-0 in District 2. Waukee will go to 4-0 here in District 6. And then it looks like Valley will go to 4-0 in District 7. So all those teams in Central Iowa, the district picture now has become clearer in that we have clear leaders in the going into the final game in all those districts.
What will not be quite as clear as those other playoff spots and how that's going to play out.
Yeah, and
the RPI from this week, very muddled, and I think is looking at the way it could have played out tonight, it look like it is, I think it's going to be even more muddled.
Yeah, because you got Waukee at 14, Indianola at 15, Johnson at 16, and it's going to be.
There's a punt from Waukee that hits at the 10-yard line, rolls and into the end zone for a touchback. It looks. Are they going to mark it down at the 1?
Are they?
No, they're going to walk it out there. I was going to say, that thing looked like it certainly bound into the end zone from our vantage point.
And the RPI is your own winning percentage, 37.5%. Your opponent's composite winning percentage, 37.5%. Your opponent's composite winning percent. Opponents,
yes.
Composite winning percentage, 25%. So that all works out. And then I think you throw in the coach's golf handicap, and you
now
get
who'd
that.
have the best one of that out of the Central Iowa coaches?
I don't know. That's a good question. They probably all tell you they don't have time to play golf this time of year.
I think I know better than that. I might have seen a guy or two out there. Not going to name any names,
but in the district competition, then obviously the winner of the district goes. If there's a tie, a three-way tie, then it goes by RPI.
Head-to-head determines between a two-way tie. Still a lot to be determined next week. We will determine it as it'll be week 9 of the season.
Yeah, and you have the 7 district champs and then 9 at-large based on the RPI. So,
there was another opportunity, too, if Ames could have pulled the shocker tonight, a team that Ames would have been still outside of the top 16 with the district championship. That looks like that's off the table. So it's going to be, at least in 4A, much simpler. Some of the other classes, though, are absolutely crazy. But I do like that there is this component in there, that there is a tackle for a loss there out of Waukee. Feels like there's more of a representation here, building schedule being important. Who you play, being important.
And then, Indianola lost to Norwalk in the season opener, but they don't penalize you for playing a good team from a class lower, that doesn't matter. It's the winning percentage. So that kind of takes that out of it too, because
now for Norwalk, they say, man, we should get a bump for playing upper class.
Upper class, yeah, but they don't do it that way either.
Nope.
But
third down and 12 for the Indianola offense. Pressure comes. Wireman able to elude it. Now he's going to throw across the middle. Incomplete. Tried to find his receiver out there and a little kip up. It'll be fourth down. Thanks to Ben, Jason, and the crew out here watching how it's done from Dar Danielson, the true professional.
Yeah.
Fourth and 12 as the punting unit comes out. Young man that wants to do what we do. Call some games as he grows up. Waukee,
I didn't know there were any more of those that still wanted to do what we do.
And Waukee actually had a program this summer. One of the summer camps that they had was a broadcast camp, and he went through it. Very cool, no doubt. There's a great punt there as that thing is bombed.
Over Morrison's head.
From the 18-yard line, it'll bounce inside the 20, all the way to the 10. It's still rolling to the 9.
Yeah, so he got 20 yards on the roll because it bounced at the 29 and rolled down to the 9.
73-yard punt. There's a highlight for Indianola. What a bomb.
But you know what? I think he had a when I looked at that, didn't he have like a how long did you say it was?
That was 73.
Okay, so that beats he had a 61-yarder coming in.
Pretty good.
So that beats his season best there.
Not seeing those very often at the high school level, regardless of the wind. And, yes, the wind was at his back there. He got a great punt off, though, and just caught that jet stream and a little bounce.
Jesus Jamie last week for Ottumwa, he was booting it consistently 50 yards in the air. He had a rocket for a leg, and he was booming it out of there.
You know, there's, a couple of programs here in our state that could always use a good punter.
Yeah.
As we get a timeout. 6:41 left in the fourth quarter. All Waukee, 42-7 over Indianola. Quick timeout. Coming back on CISN.
You don't have to go to Hy-Vee Market Grill to get Hy-Vee Market Grill. Now get Hy-Vee Market Grill delivered. Choose from the best burgers in town, delicious steaks, seafood, appetizers. There's nothing mini about the Hy-Vee Market Grill menu, and it's all delivered to your door. Save time and save the day, or at least dinner. Just order on the Hy-Vee Market Grill app. Hy-Vee Market Grill. We deliver delicious.
Hi, Ron here, head coach of Westside Auto Pros. When your car's on the injured reserve, you want to get it back in the game as soon as possible. I know that. That's why you need to bring it here to Westside Auto Pros. I have a team of experts that can fix almost every automotive injury. Whether it's a fractured joint, a brake, or if your car just got its bell rung, no problem. We can even do a complete physical on your car to make sure it's game ready for the entire season. So bring your car to Westside Auto Pros and we'll get it back in the starting lineup in no time. Hey, you guys are dogging it back here. Let's move it, move it, move it.
6:41 left as Waukee has the football backed up at their 9-yard line after the booming 73-yard punt, hitting them back deep.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family.
Holcomb, yep. He played quite a bit last week.
Visit IowaRadiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology.
With continuous
Our
clock
focus is
in
your
the
good
second
health.
half. No scoring in the second half.
Now, they might have got an earful because last week Waukee was pitching the shutout. They brought in the second team, and they had a fumbled snap on the 20. Ottumwa took it in and got their first score. So I'm sure they talked about that in practice this week. When you guys get in there, handle the ball.
Yes.
You know?
2nd and 12 now after the loss of 2 at the 7-yard line. Holcomb works from the pistol and crushed in the backfield. What a tackle there out of Indianola. They have had some highlights here tonight, even as they trail by 35. And again,
Jack Ibis got leveled.
Carter Erickson, what a play. He's a good-looking player. Got to be excited about his future.
Ibis had some nifty runs last week. He was hard to bring down if he gets up ahead of steam there, but he had no chance on that one.
Not a real big guy by any means.
No.
Listed at 155. You know, that means he's probably more like 145.
Yeah, he's 5'8". He's got that low center of gravity, too.
I know all about that. Wish I had the 155 to go along with it.
Yeah.
Quick sneak up the middle, and they'll push forward at least a little bit of breathing room for the putting unit. That will come. Holcomb pushes forward for a gain of 3 as the clock ticks inside of 5 minutes now in the fourth quarter. Waukee 42-7. And here finally trots out that punt team. Probably checking to see who it's going to be back there to do the punting. That looks like it'll be Garrett Smith. When you get deeper, and this can sometimes be difficult too, is the special teams as you're zeroing different guys in. Artenfack's going to be a protector as the snap was low, hit in the ground, able to get that one away. Smith as it'll hit at the 26. We'll take a Waukee bounce and roll dead at the 33-yard line. First down for Indianola from there.
And the punt is down. Indianola takes over first and 10. The Waukee 34.
We'll keep it right here as Indianola brings their offense out. Gonna try to get some kind of scoring here in the second half as, again, Wireman comes to the huddle with the play call. Clock continues to run. Late substitution, Wes Weatherall.
And I'm sure Coach Kluver is going to say, hey, we came out and we see, where we're at, what we need to do, how we need to improve to win a game like this.
I'll run it up the middle. Big hole, and a nice carry on first down for Chase Ricketts. Ricketts, third on the team in rushing with 380 yards, 5 touchdowns, average 6.2, and really we've barely seen him tonight.
Yeah, well, their running game is not – they've had really a tough time. Waukee was pinching in that middle pretty hard early on and not giving up much daylight.
Gain of 9 and another run up the middle. This one will be enough for a first down as the clock goes inside of 3 minutes. First and 10 for Indianola.
Garrett Schmidt on the tackle for the Warriors in there.
Impressive performance out of this Waukee fan base, too. Still a lot of people in the stands tonight.
Yeah.
Windy night.
Senior night here for these seniors, their last home game. Well, maybe not. They might get one here at the playoffs. Looks like if they keep it up, they win at Johnston.
They'll run it right side where Indianola. Good gain again for Chase Ricketts.
Those are always tough, too, because, as a senior, you start out and you're freshman, you think, we got forever to go, and then you're sophomore, and then by the time you get to senior, and especially with football, there's only, a minimum of 9 games, and then if you're lucky, you get into playoffs and beyond that, so it just seems like it goes so fast.
Also being that first sport of your senior year, thinking, it's still a long time before May, but your football season is over in October, or you hope in November. Here's a run again for Ricketts. Push forward for a couple. It'll be third down. Waukee going with a substitution along the defensive line. Braden Sene will come in, another senior. Getting some experience out there on senior night for him.
Nick Witzel's in. Also Karsten Lappy in there.
90
Jermaine
seconds
Samir.
left. 3rd and 5. Here's a throw incomplete. That one pitched out wide as he was trying to find Trice Kurgan. It'll be 4th down and perhaps the last chance for Indianola. Waukee with the victory. They will tack another win on, move to 5-3 on the year, a perfect 4-0 in district play. Indianola will fall to 5-3 and 3-1 in District 6. 4th down and 5 as the pass incomplete, in and out of the hands of the running back. That'll be a turnover on downs, and the football will go back to Waukee. Ricketts just trying to put that left paw in there, but tipped off his hand, and that'll be it for Indianola.
And probably only about one more play here for Waukee as the clock continues to roll, but
not even sure if they're going to.
Trying to find my RPI sheet here again. Here we go. Because, there's a lot of talk about Waukee coming in. They thought they had one of the tougher schedules early on.
Mm-hmm.
Valley at number 2, Dowling Catholic at number 4 in the RPI, Southeast Polk at number 7.
Yeah.
Their losses there. Valley really the only bad loss that they lost, they lost by, 4 and 3 or something like that in the first 2 games, So, and I think they're rounded into form here as they have one regular season game left to go to Johnston. We talk about it. Not going to be an easy one, but everything's right on the table for them to take it and take the district crown.
42-7 the final as Waukee runs past Indianola tonight. It was a complete effort out of this Warriors squad. Offensively, defensively, special teams, they put it all together and dominate in the win 42-7. We'll take a timeout when we come back. Put a cap on things here from Waukee. Get ready for next week. Also peek around, get a few scores for you as we come back on CISN.
High-quality beef doesn't have to come with a high price. High-Beat Angus Reserve. It's 100% natural, hand-selected, pure quality beef. The cuts are tender, and the price is lean. We choose our beef knowing what will deliver the best flavor and most tenderness. So now, going out for a great steak can be as simple as going out to your grill. High-Beat Angus Reserve. Dinner out just became dinner in.
Okay, ladies, it's October and we all know what that means. Time for our annual mammograms. Iowa Radiology believes that mammograms are the best way to catch breast cancers early and save lives.
With 3D and low-dose technology, they are now more accurate and safe. It's only once a year, and if you don't do it for yourself, do it for your daughters, your friend, your sons, or your family. Visit iowaradiology.com or call to schedule an appointment. Iowa Radiology. Our focus is your good health.
Schottenkirk's Ford Truck Month going on now in Indianola. This month only new 2019 Ford F-150 Crew Cabs up to $14,000 off MSRP or up to $8,500 off MSRP and 0% for 72 months. All new F-150 trucks come with no charge Ford roll-up tonneau cover. Ford fans drive to Indianola to buy Fords. Schottenkirk Ford Indianola. SchottenkirkFord.com.
Trent Condon, Dar Danielson back with you one final time in Waukee. All Warriors tonight, 42-7. Mitch Randall ran it on the ground, threw it in the air. He was all over the place offensively. The defense was up to the task tonight. Special teams was good too. Dar, this was all 3 phases in a game between 3-0 teams in district play. It was all about Waukee tonight.
Yeah, Randall, I think, if I'm correct, now has a dozen rushing touchdowns and a dozen passing touchdowns on the night, and he really got it going. That 1-yard run, then a 45-yard run, then a 28-yard pass to Odell. Smith got a 52-yard run, then the 30-yard touchdown pass to Odell. Kolarik got it in from, 2 yards out for Indianola, but then Waukee came right back. That was a big they took all the momentum back in a 64-yard run by Randall. So he's really, showing his senior leadership, and we talked about it at the start of the game. He got him clicking and going when he needed to, made the big play, and now they head over to Johnston with a chance to finish out with a perfect district record and, an even-up district title.
And with it, it'll be a chance to host in the opening round of the playoffs with the district championship, and they'll have that opportunity next week to clinch it against Johnston. Johnston was winning big tonight. When we looked at the scoreboard a little bit earlier, there were a whole lot of tight games. It was decent. Ankeny Centennial still 21-7 at last check.
Yep.
Had that game up on CISN. You can flip over there right now and take a peek at that one. 14-point game with the Jaguars over the Rough Riders. Waukee, get healthy this week. Get ready for Johnston. The Dragons are going to be able to bring it. In fact, that game just went final. Ankeny Centennial with the win 28-7 over Roosevelt there. So Jaguars have clinched. Valley was rolling tonight. Dowling was rolling tonight. Things starting to settle, at least in those top spots now of all the districts.
Hard to believe it. Week 9 coming up.
Every single year.
Yeah, it just seemed like we're just kicking off week 1, but now week 9 coming up, and looking forward to some playoff action.
It should be good, no doubt. A lot of teams that feel like they have a shot at making a big run, not just to get to the Unidome, but maybe bring home the hardware. Final score once again here, Waukee 42-7 over Indianola. A 4-0 record now in district play for the Warriors as Indianola drops to 3-1. That will do it for our coverage here tonight on CISN.TV. Thanks for joining us. Thanks to all of our great sponsors and the crew. For Dar Danielson, I'm Trent Condon. Signing off until next time. Waukee wins it big over Indianola tonight. Good night, everyone.
It's time now for Waukee High School football on the Central Iowa Sports Network. CISN.TV is the state's premier source for high school sports streaming.
Cut! Touchdown, Waukee! Waukee on the throw. Randall complete for the first down.
Waukee football on CISN.TV is brought to you by Schottenkirk Chevrolet, Shields, the Better Business Bureau, Central Bank, and Mid-American Energy. Now, let's go to our CISN.TV crew for Waukee High School football.